Dave. And I'm live streaming. And I want to have a nice relaxed time, just hang out. We are going to be doing the fast food tier list today. And I worked pretty hard on this fast food tier list. I had to make sure there were some Midwest representation. So we're going to get to that. I also have some other stuff I want to discuss with you guys. But what's been going on in the world? How are all of you guys doing? I feel like I lost all my audience because I haven't been live streaming. I've been focusing a lot on other content. I've been doing a lot of, I don't want to call it lazy reaction content, but I've kind of been doing lazy reaction content. And I'm noticing I'm stuttering a lot. Is my stream coming in good? Can you guys hear me? It looks a little choppy. A and W all. We're gonna get there. I've never had A and W, to be quite honest with you guys, and that's gonna be part of this. There's a lot of foods on the list that I've never been to. I feel very sheltered. I really don't like that stuttering. Is the stream coming in clear, guys? If you guys could let me know, that'd be great. For some reason, it looks horrible on my end, and I was trying to fix it during the opening of the stream, and now it still seems real choppy. Huh. I would hate to have to restart the stream because this is really horrible. How bad is it, guys? Is it that bad? Can we go on with it, or are you guys getting everything nice and clear? It's clear for, okay, clear for my mama, no choppiness. Okay, we'll do it then. Because I've got a lot I want to talk about. And we're going to be watching some clips, and we're going to dive into the tier list towards the middle or end of the stream. But I wanted to talk about kind of a few things that have been going on in our community lately. And the first thing I wanted to do is I wanted to check in with good old Ray BONECRUSHER, because everybody knows that Ray BONECRUSHER is on his Florida vacation with his family. And I see he got a trailer, and he stopped and visited Lisa Lee from Two Lees in a Pod. And let's just check in with Ray real quick, why don't we? I wonder what Ray is up to.
I talk a little bit about my vacation down here in Florida, bring you up to date. And yeah, I'm in my trailer here.
His trailer looks really nice, doesn't it? I wonder what year and model it is. Looks very spacious. Good on you.
In a resort, pretty nice one. It's got swimming pool and pool room, and for shooting the pool there.
So he's at a
exercise
resort type
room.
deal.
Heck. Shuffleboard.
Okay, I think we're getting the gist, but I wanted to hear more about his, actual what he's been up to. He's smiling.
I did all those things. It was a wonderful life while I was there.
Okay.
But anyway, let's get back to what I'm doing. When I went to Silver Springs the other day, and that is one beautiful spot to visit if you get down here.
Look at that smile. I'm so happy for Ray. I wonder, what are the viewers saying? 25 comments? Wow, that's awesome. What are these comments saying? Okay. Love you, Ray. It's great that you're having a great time on vacation. Happy to hear you're having a good time. Somebody's written Ray 3 times. Wow, they would love to meet Ray. Look at Ray's Mr. Popular. Everybody's happy to see Ray. Safe travels for Ray. Sounds like Ray's having a good time. I have to say that my mother-in-law worked hard at Walmart till she was 95 in Florida, passed away soon afterwards. Hello, Ray. Look at all this love, Ray. Oh, the Linda life. Look at that. Everybody wants to meet Ray. Boy, does that make me happy. Isn't this nice? I love that the community See, everybody says that this community is mean and evil, and it's like, look at that comment section. Look, here's a whole bunch of comments of love and support. Look, I've never seen so many hearts. Uncle Mike stopped in the comment section and said, "Good morning, Ray. Good to see your spirits are up." And I agree. I'm so happy that Ray's spirits are up. He seemed real happy. And he was talking about the villages where Lisa Lee lives. And sounds like he had quite the interesting time there. And I've been doing research about Florida because I'm thinking about taking a trip down there. Now, I know I've said in the past that I hate Florida and Florida ruined my family's life. And I can't hold resentments. Stuff I've been working through. And I see all these people that have been enjoying their time in Florida. My mama says Florida tried to make their campgrounds nice for seniors and snowbirds. Yeah. Boy, is that awesome. I'm so happy to see the smile on Ray's face. Look at this. The man is just happy. He's got his family with him. He's loving life. That's awesome to see. Ray, I'm so happy that you're happy. You're working through all of your grief. And I look forward to a Ray BONECRUSHER video. I really do. And it's not just for what Ray says. Every time I find myself diving down deep into the comments, I really do. I find myself seeing and enjoying the support that Ray BONECRUSHER gets from this community. Beautiful souls, beautiful hearts of people, not haters. I'm sure he gets those still to this day, but I'm seeing a turnaround and I'm seeing a whole lot more love than I'm seeing hate. And boy, that makes me happy. So guys, check out Ray BONECRUSHER's channel. He just uploaded a video just a day ago. It's Florida vacation update from the 21st of May. I encourage you guys to check that out. And another thing I wanted to talk about real quick, guys, is in my area, listen to this. This just happened. And I found it fascinating that these kids, I always talk about the youth crime going on, and I would bet dollars to donuts that this was done by youth.
Multiple overnight car fires on Milwaukee's east side are now under investigation. Witnesses say the fires happened around 1 o'clock this morning on Bellevue Place between Bartlett and Oakland Avenues. Fire officials say crews found multiple vehicles on fire when they responded. This is viewer video here. No one was hurt. The cause is still under investigation.
Yeah, 3 cars in a row. That is crazy. That's not common here in my area, but that just speaks to evilness, in my opinion. These gangs or kids, whatever you want to call them, are running wild in the streets of Milwaukee, and I feel like the politicians are doing nothing to stop it, guys. How's crime in all of your area? Are you guys seeing stuff like this as well? I really, I'm not even shocked by it anymore. It's just insanity, guys. And then as we keep going on to, I was looking through the internet and I was like, all this stuff is just, it's not good. It's bummer, bummer, bummer. And then I seen something that really lifted my spirits, and food, guys, is my weakness. But also I'm a sucker for nostalgia, guys. So when I saw this clip here, it's from the Today Show, and the Today Show did a whole piece on restaurant chains that are going retro. I thought this was real fascinating. Let's take a look at this. And I've seen other reports that are similar to this, and I think Pizza Hut is really onto something with this. And I would like to know what you guys think about it.
At a time when the world seems to be spinning fast toward the future,
we found a Pizza Hut here in Donaldson with a Pizza Hut buffet.
Pizza Hut is dishing up a slice of the past.
That make you feel like a kid again.
Pizza Hut classics are making a return. One franchise owner is reporting.
I'm going to sound real out of touch with reality, but I always thought that Pizza Hut was a sit-down restaurant. I mean, I knew they did delivery, but when did these go away? That now it's retro and they're bringing. I didn't know they went away. I always thought Pizza Hut had the buffet and the salad bar, but I guess they went away a long time ago. Here in Milwaukee, on 27th and Layton, there's always been a Pizza Hut sit-down buffet. It's always been there, but I guess in other parts of the country, it went away.
Reportedly converting 38 locations, bringing them back to the family restaurant that 90s lovers remember. From the salad bar to the red checkered tablecloths, matching Tiffany-style lights, even those ruby red cups, people are flocking to get a serving of nostalgia.
Oh, how do you say that? My Katub? Oh, that's an interesting screen name. Says, I don't think I've ever eaten inside of a Pizza Hut. Wow. Yeah, I remember going there for birthday parties. It was real big for birthday parties in my area, and they had a really good salad bar. I vividly have memories of the salad bar. But I guess now that's the business model to get people out and about. They're bringing all this whole nostalgia of the 80s and 90s back, and they're looking to bring it and make it mainstream again, which I think that's a great idea. I'm all for it. And it sounds like social media is really taking to it, and it's taken off.
Some of our classic restaurants are among our best performers.
I bet.
Pizza Hut CEO Aaron Powell says the company plans to ride the trend and bring back other popular favorites.
I was a child of the 90s, okay?
Me
Book
too.
It hated to see me coming.
Like the beloved Book It summer program. Kids can set reading goals to earn a free personal pie. The Hut's also revamping its...
I don't remember that. Does anybody remember Book It? I remember we had something else at my school. I want to call it like Weekly Reader. And we got a trip to Solid Gold McDonald's, and we would get to go in a limo if we had our name drawn. But that was the reading competition I remember. I don't remember Pizza Hut's Book It. Must have not have had it here in Wisconsin.
famous pan pizza.
So what can customers expect moving forward?
Customers can expect from us a real focus on the experience. So partnering with franchisees, having different types of restaurant formats.
Terry Silverstone says, looking forward to the salad bar. Yeah, I mean, that was awesome. I love a good salad bar. I really do. Now, you guys are going to get me on my soapbox here, but I think if you go to a buffet and you look at the salad bar, it really will tell you a lot about the salad bar. I mean, it'll tell you a lot about the buffet, I should say. If they have a nice, crisp lettuce and it doesn't look wilted and poor, yeah, I mean, you're at a good buffet, I would say. Sometimes you go to these Chinese buffets and their salad section, it's pathetic. We got the browning leaves and everything. So a good salad bar is often welcome. And I remember we have a restaurant here in West Dallas, Wisconsin. It's called Mamma Mia's. And they do like a lunch buffet. And they do have some objects like breadsticks and lasagna and stuff. But the main purpose of their lunch buffet is their salad buffet. And they just have beautiful fresh veggies, homemade dressings. It's all, well, at least I think they're homemade because they do not taste like any packaged dressing. So good. My mama says my girls were doing the Book It and then they shut down. Okay, so it was around. I remember Weekly Reader, I believe it was called. I'm sure there were lots of them. I even think the public library system had a reader system, and they would team up with elementary schools, and every night you would do a reading, and you would have to have your parents fill out a form and sign it. And every time it got signed, it would be like a raffle ticket. And then at the end of the semester or whatever your school had, they would do a big drawing, and it was an assembly at my school. And then whoever won at my school would get a limousine ride, and you would go to Barnes and Noble Books and pick out a book. And then you could also go to Solid Gold McDonald's. And I don't know if you guys have Solid Gold McDonald's, if that's like a national thing, but we have them here in Milwaukee. And the Solid Gold, it's done like the 50s. and they have a whole bunch of memorabilia from the 1950s, and it's like Elvis everywhere. It's good time. Those are some good memories. I bet you as a parent reading with your kids, those probably are some cherished memories, right? Sitting down with your kids and reading and witnessing them learning. That's gotta be something to cherish. Well, no kids for me. Someday, maybe.
That's embracing our icons and making sure we have great overall experiences.
The popular chain is just the most recent in a long list of other brands cooking up nostalgia in the kitchen.
Really?
Last year, Taco Bell launched a decades Y2K menu featuring iconic menu items. Burger King.
Does anybody remember that? I don't remember a Taco Bell Y2K menu. Does anybody else remember that? That's new to me. Here I'm getting like what's supposed to be retro. And I'm like, I don't remember that in the first place.
Leaning into its history.
There was a time when Burger King was king.
And to mark 80 years in the business, Chick-fil-A launched its Nostalgia campaign featuring retro packaging and highlighting timeless favorites.
Again, to me, Chick-fil-A is rather new. I don't remember hearing about Chick-fil-A in my area till about 2013-ish. That's when I really think I first heard about Chick-fil-A. It was never really, I remember when we were like, we're getting a Chick-fil-A here. But how long has Chick-fil-A been around? We're going to have to do some research on that. To me, Chick-fil-A seems like a newer franchise. They used to have these yummy ass wet burritos. I forgot what they were called. At Taco Bell? Yeah. What were those? I know what you're talking about. Yeah, those were good.
It's all year. Right now, customers are facing immense price pressures. A recent report finding 2/3 of consumers have shaky personal finances. But data shows that nostalgia-driven marketing can boost purchase intent by as much as 50%. A marketing strategy that experts say...
Yeah, it's about creating an atmosphere. People are probably way more likely to go and spend their money in an atmosphere that reminds them of good memories, as opposed to be like, oh, I really can't do this. You're more likely, if you're comfortable and reminiscent, it's easier to dig into the wallet. Smothered burritos. Yep, that does sound about right. A good old smothered burrito. So good. I love a wet burrito. Those are really good. I know this stream's gonna make me hungry. I already know that. I hope everybody doesn't go out and empty their wallets on fast food after we get through this tier list. But I just wanted to get through a couple news stories and stuff before we get to that. Oh, that coffee is getting to me today.
Is working.
You have to get people excited about coming back in.
Yes.
And this is one way to do it.
I have good news. I did not come empty-handed. Pizza Hut brought us the new crispy parm pan pizza to try out here because we were all good. You met your reading goals for Book It, so you each get your own pizza. This is new, so this is sort of this idea that,
Okay, so they got a parm pizza. Interesting. So I thought that the whole nostalgia angle is a really good idea. I think it's going to bring people into a sit-down, fast, casual restaurant. And that's really what, in my opinion, when you go out to eat, the whole key to it is going out. A lot of people are overusing Uber Eats, DoorDash, and services like that. And let's like get out the house every now and then. I know I struggle with this myself sometimes. It's like, do I really want to get dressed and go out and everything like that? I'd be more willing to do that if I knew I was going into an atmosphere that was cool. Something cool. McDonald's taking away their spicy sweet chicken chili. McDonald's taking away the spicy sweet chicken chili snack wrap was their downfall. I see. That's the things. I love the snack wraps. I was all about them. And then I was eating them so much at one point, I got sick of them. And then when they took them away, I was honestly thankful. I was thankful. And I believe they brought them back recently. So that's pretty cool. So kudos to them. I like how things go in phases nowadays. You'll have it McRib is a perfect example. And now some people truly look forward to McRib time. I'm not honestly that good, a big of a McRib fan. Thoughts, guys? What do you think of the McRib? Smoking D's, what's up, Dave? What's up, Smoking D? I'm just chilling. I pulled a bunch of stories I want to talk about, and we're going to do the fast food tier list today. I just wanted a relaxed stream. I haven't streamed in close to a month, so I'm extremely rusty, extremely not on my game, so to speak. I've been doing a lot of pre-recorded videos, and like I said, I don't want to call them lazy, but they haven't been my best work. I'm not 100% proud of them. I am working on a video right now about a man in Detroit who I pulled the clip from it. And this is my next video that I'm working on. It's really something I care deeply about. And I want to know what the community thinks about it. So let's watch a clip real quick, guys, from Detroit. And this is what this guy did because people were speeding in his neighborhood. I don't know if you guys heard about this or not, but check this out real quick. Thank you so much, Smoking D.
Parkman took traffic control into his own hands, literally building his own speed bump to slow down speeding drivers.
Granted, we all understand it's illegal. And my video that I'm working on explains how and why it's illegal, but it also explores the whole situation from the man's perspective. And then we go into a whole ordeal. So this is what my next big upload is going to be about. It's focusing mainly on this topic. So let's dive a little deeper in.
On a street, but police say quickly became a safety concern and then ordered him to remove it less than an hour later.
Of course.
Local 4's Khalil Maycock joins us now tonight from Lincoln Park with the story.
And that man says he used the asphalt from this bag and laid it across the road to create that speed bump. He did it around 6 p.m. and minutes later, police told him to remove it. Now, if you look at the ground, you'll...
Minutes later, guys. Minutes later. You guys got to understand liability. I don't think that some people think out, they are very impulsive and reactionary. And it sounds to me like this is not a case of that. This is just a case of defiance. And while I sympathize with the actual citizen, I don't know if this was the right way of going about it. And my video explains my feelings more.
See, there's a thin black line which shows where that speed bump was. And he says he created this to keep people in the neighborhood safe.
That's the asphalt.
That asphalt in the corner of Dale Wells' yard used to be in the front of his house on the road.
Here? I stopped here because the truck was right here.
He laid it Sunday afternoon to create a speed bump on Moran Avenue in Lincoln Park. Here's the only photo.
Think about the cojones. Think about the cojones it takes to do that. The man is clearly psycho.
Yeah, I'm a psycho.
I don't mean to be judging, but you got to be seriously mad at your government to do something like this, right? My mama says, I live in a county, not city, and we have to fix our own potholes because they just won't do it. Or they won't do it correctly. And it's funny you mentioned potholes because in my video, I do an in-depth look at the trend of people planting flowers in potholes to try to shame the city or county into fixing them. So this is a thing where we're seeing failing infrastructure. And apparently this man thinks a stop sign, speed bump, anything would help. And the story, as we're going to go on, he really kind of does have a point. It is unsafe in his area.
He took of it.
It's dangerous.
Wells says he built his own speed bump because he was tired of drivers constantly racing here and the city and police not addressing the problem. I used a radar gun on this road where the speed limit says 25 miles per hour and caught drivers going over that.
They run.
There you go. There you have it. And now to me, guys, I just got to keep it real. This is some good reporting. Local 4 News in Detroit seems to be doing a really good job. The man says, hey, people are speeding down my road. What does the reporter do? He pulls out a speed gun on him and he's clocking. And he's like, yeah, this neighbor The citizen who did this is telling the truth. Smokey D says, no matter what government, none of them have any shame. That is true. I agree with that. I agree. I think of liability. I think these governments know there's serious issues with the roads, but then they look at their budget and they look at, well, to put a speed bump in, we got to get traffic reports. We got to get engineers. We got to do assessments. We got to poll the neighbors to see if they mind a street light or a speed bump. And then they just be like, this is too much work, too much money. Therefore, things go undone. My mama says we also have 3 construction workers on my block, so they know the correct way to do it in the last year or two, longer than the county repairs. Yeah, they probably do last longer because they care, because it's where they live. It's their property. It's their what they take pride in doing. So I totally understand that. Awesome. John Cook has entered the building, everybody. And I hope you're doing well, John. I know things seem pretty crazy for John Cook and Miss Preston right now. And I just want you guys to know I'm thinking about you both, thinking about Harley, and I hope this all gets ended soon. Hey, Lisa Lee is in chat. Hey, Lisa, hope you're doing well. I've been enjoying Lisa Lee's streams lately. I've been enjoying her new styles of thumbnails, and she's really picking up her game. It's gonna make me want to pick up my game. Really enjoying Lisa's content lately. I've been enjoying that she's been having a more well-rounded panel. She'll have certain days where Kendra's back on, and then Tori comes on, and of course we got Robbie. Just really been enjoying her content, and I've been enjoying how she's so willing to stick it to the man. Now, don't get me wrong. I think some of this stuff she's fencing. I think she's playing a game of catch with these content creators, and she'll say she's debunking, and absolutely debunk away. I just hope it has a good ending, and I hope that ending does involve Lisa Lee and settlements. What did I miss something from? What did I miss from John Cook says? DJ harassing Michelle. Get out of here. Wow. See, that is crazy. That's nuts. I don't know how I feel about that, John. That's wow. Putting phone numbers out, harassing. I got him good, Dave. No worries. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let me tell you something, John. John knows my history with that guy. I'll say it like this. In the public, he's a persona. Every conversation I've had with him off air or private, they were normal conversations. So a lot of, I'm trying to speak very politically here. I would say a lot of it's performative. Has anybody tried actually reaching out to him without the shtick and just say, hey, man, how do we end this? Or is it so far past that? And if you feel in fear, John, or if Michelle genuinely feels fearful, I would follow Lisa Lee's advice. That's a matter for authorities. And fear is not okay. It's never okay. But before we get to that, let's finish out this Detroit man story, guys. Got derailed there. Sorry, guys.
Run through that stop sign like crazy.
Wells says he laid the asphalt Sunday afternoon, and minutes later, police made him remove it for safety reasons.
They said, no, you gotta remove it. Or have someone else remove it You get a bill. I said,
it's hard to sympathize with this man. What did he think was going to happen? That's public property. You're lucky you didn't get criminal damage to property, right?
Fine.
It's a little crazy, but he's not wrong.
Raquel Diaz is the mother of 2 children. She applauds what Wells did, saying because of how people drive, her kids don't play out front. It's your worst fear with all of this.
Oh my gosh.
I think Miss Preston can relate to not having her kids play out front. And she lives on a country road where people are speeding up and down. So she doesn't want her kid to play in that road. I can understand. And I sympathize with these citizens. I just feel the way they're going about doing certain things is the wrong way. They could petition their government and really make noise that way. But instead they did this. And hopefully this news coverage, this is a national story now. I don't know how many of you guys have been following this, but this is now a national story and it's getting recognition all over the country. So I hope that all this noise that's being made will fix this issue. Because again, this lady says her kids can't play in front. And that's sad. Kids should be able to play in their front yard, backyard, side yard, parks, wherever, without fear of getting ran over by speeders. What did I see? I missed something here. Anytime I hear that, yeah, I think of Where's Waldo. Yeah, he did that himself, by the way. He put that gimmick out there. So he can't be mad about that. He chose for that to be his calling card. So if he thinks people are calling him and saying he looks dumb, well, you went out there like a jester. You can't be mad when people think of you as a clown when you put the rubber nose on and did everything short of fitting in the clown car. But some people would say he did go in the clown car, you know? So that's his fault that people think of him as a weirdo or Where's Waldo. Back to the story, guys.
Obviously, my child or anyone's child getting hit by a car and it being fatal.
I called the Lincoln Park police to ask about getting speed bumps on this road. The chief says there are no speed bumps in the city, and to get those, people would need to reach out to police with their complaints. From there, the department could do a traffic study, see what's wrong, and present those findings to city council.
Yeah, I saw. Sorry, I got to change. Lisa's. He is now using someone's mother now to piss people off. He's disgusting. I did see that, and I heard you talking about it in your stream, and I did see the posts you're talking about. But then I saw another content creator laughing about it. Meanwhile, this is the hypocrisy blows me away. Meanwhile, the person who's laughing about this trolling and bringing in a person's mother and everything gets bent out of shape if you even mention her children, right? It's crazy to me. It's bonkers. And I know I oversay that. I just don't understand how you cannot, the viewers, I should say, how this content creator's viewers don't see the hypocrisy where they're crying, oh my God, harassment, harassment, harassment. Meanwhile, a man and now his mother are being harassed, but that's perfectly okay and hilarious. That is the hypocrisy of it all. And the fact that people don't see it, or they just got the blinders on and they don't want to see it. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. That's why I think this whole story it's crazy. And it really shows hypocrisy, stupidity, and ignorance. The ignorance of it all, to me, just blows me away. I don't know. Yeah, and that's the other part of that is so many people in this are elderly, and they should know better. Yet, they don't. It's sad when younger folks know internet etiquette and what's appropriate, and they know terms of doxing and such. And now we see retirees and all these elderly people acting like children. it kind of reminds me of what Ray BONECRUSHER was saying about some of the people in the villages. I don't know, again, we watched a little bit of Ray BONECRUSHER's video earlier today, and in that video, he talks about how the people in the villages walk around like they're kids, and some of them are older than him. And he was amazed by that. And I think a lot of the stuff that's going on in this, it's not even a community, because it's really a giant community that's split in half. And then you got the people that support the main figurehead and people that are against the figurehead. But altogether, it makes one big community. And in the YouTube algorithm, pro, anti, it's all one big niche, kind of like the Dabbleverse. So like on YouTube, there's something called the Dabbleverse, which is a whole bunch of content creators who surrounded like Howard Stern, and they had something to do with Howard Stern at one point, most of them, or Opie and Anthony. They all come together now, and there's a whole community of these side B characters, C characters, D characters, and they're all intermingling with each other, and it's created something called the Dabbleverse. So essentially what we have here is it's like the Halesverse. Anti, pro, medium, in the middle. It's really became something crazy. And I think the only thing that's going to stop it is we've seen the main figurehead now has slowed down with his antagonizing, because I think he sees liability. That's just my opinion. I think he sees what he has created. Again, this is just my opinion. I think he has seen the good and the bad of it, and he realizes there's some liability there, and he's taking steps back. And I don't think that's going to stop it, because people now have gotten a taste of the finances. They've gotten a taste of what that's six. I don't want to even say success, but they gotten a taste of some clout, and it's really appealing. It's a drug all on its own, and I wish nothing but the best for all parties involved in this thing. I hope they can pivot when the time comes, because pivoting out of a niche on YouTube is incredibly hard. Once you're pigeonholed, you're pigeonholed. And some of these creators, this is their everything. They don't have a B plan. And some of them don't even want to be content creators. Their sole purpose is just to stir up shit. And those are the channels you got to watch out for. Exactly. Like Lisa says, their clout has reached its peak. And that's the truth. YouTube is not pushing that algorithm anymore. Algorithmically, the Halesverse, it's been dead. There's no new viewers coming in. There's no new viewers coming in. I'm getting better views on my shorts covering other internet topics at this point. And that's the truth. I wish I could get those kind of views on my actual videos, but shorts are doing good. And exactly, they're doing it to harass and cyberbully. And you can't change my mind on that. I wish them the best. I wish them the foresight to realize that there's no longevity in this. And if your goal is to be a content creator, start figuring out, where are you pivoting to? What is going to be your out? And I rarely say this, but there's a content creator, Squid Pro Quo, right? I've had several issues with this woman. She said some very horrible things about me, threatening things to me through another content creator's stream. But that content creator isn't putting all of her eggs in the Halesverse. She is pivoting, and she understands that she doesn't want to be known for a parrot. She doesn't want to be a parrot for her life. She wants to be a content creator, a serious content creator. And I've noticed that she has been taking several steps to pivot away from being labeled as a parrot. And kudos to her. I hope she's successful. There's that Jay Hip fella. Well, he focuses heavily on Lisa. I think if he pivots away, he could be successful. But then there are these other smaller channels that are just truly evil spirited, that all they want to be known for is to be recognized for this. And those are the channels that are going to have a hard time. Those are the channels that I don't know what their plan is. Do they have a plan? Do they want a plan? Or are they just going to go down with the ship? Is that what they want? And if that's their case, so on, so forth. You know, I mean, so on, go for it. Do you, boo. Do you, boo. But nobody will be asking, where's this person's videos? I can't wait to hear this person's take. I wonder what this person's doing. They're going to be like, oh, this person's still talking about Felisa. People are so over it. And the numbers show it. Just go look on Social Blade. You can look at the super chats. Look at the super chats of some of these creators per stream. And what's extremely sad to me is you'll see a spike in donations between the 1st and the 3rd of the month. A lot of these content creators, their donations are up. Their super chats are up. Towards the end of the month, $30 a stream, $31 a stream. I'm not going to lie. Tug, that umbrella guy, for his birthday, he did a very good stream. I think he made something like $899 in super chats. Congratulations. That's work. You know, he worked for that. But it's not a daily occurrence. These other channels aren't pulling numbers and money. It's not like it was August of 2024 when everybody was making really good money off this topic. It's drained. It's been beaten like the rug. It's just not what it is anymore. And they have to see that, right? Or are they just so not business oriented? They're not focused on bottom lines. They're not focused on, they're just focused on stirring up shit and drama because that's their livelihood, right? That's what they do all day. They sit on the computer like a teenager and with their social groups, and they plot, scheme, and do these things. That's not content creation. That's sad. Smoke D says it's because that's when the social security checks for the old ladies come in. I noticed that. I know, and I think these content creators notice that. Just to pay attention, guys, when you're watching, if you watch these other channels, just pay attention to the super chat numbers around the 1st and the 3rd. That's all I'm going to say. And that's not a bad thing. If you like a creator and you want to support the creator, by all means, you have every right to do that. Do that. It means a lot to these content creators. It truly does. It means a lot, especially when you're a small creator who's trying to make it, not trying to stir shit, not trying to be another cog, you know, not trying to be another aspect to this story, but are genuinely trying to be a content creator. That donations mean a lot to them. So by all means, but I feel like it's almost, see, I gotta be careful with what I say, but I would say some of these content creators expect to be supported in a certain way. And then they'll use manipulative, almost televangelist type techniques. Donate to me and it'll piss this person off. Give me money and this will be done. It's very manipulative, and I don't like that. I don't like that. If you want to support a creator by all means. But if you're doing it for evil purposes, well, that just speaks more to your character than it does to the person who's essentially getting owned by your donation. The begging is ridiculous. It's not even a grift anymore. It's not even grifting. In some content creators' cases, it's downright begging. It's just how I feel about it. It's just, and I'm not saying any names. There's no reason to say any names of who's who doing what. It just comes off very low. And watch the numbers. Just pay attention. Let's go back to the story, guys.
And after my call with the chief, there was an officer sitting on the road observing drivers. Something.
Yeah, if you don't send me, guys, if you don't send me money, I'm putting ads on even more. Oh, man. I could never do that. I put ads on my video on moderate. I'm open with it. When I do a live stream, there's a button where you can press to decide how many ads you want. I set it on moderate because that's how I make income. And I think people understand that and they're willing to accept that. Most of the viewers have premium or premium light now. You can get premium light for $8.99, guys. And the only thing you'll have ads on is music. And it's probably the best $9 I spend every month to not have commercials on live streams and the YouTubers I watch. It's a really, really good investment. You know, some of these people, instead of bitching about the ads and donating to a YouTuber, take that money that you would have donated to that YouTuber and just put it on yourself and get Prime. That would still help the YouTube creator because they get a percentage of your Prime. It still helps the creator, you having premium. I keep calling it Prime. That's Twitch. You still get a percentage of the premium purchases. So you're still helping the creator and you get to help yourself by not having ads. It's a win-win. It really is.
Wells says is needed.
Do something to make it so you slow down.
The people on this street tell me that they hope there is a legal speed bump put on this street eventually. And the man who lives at this home says if that doesn't happen, he's hoping more traffic enforcement from police ramps up.
And that's all you can ask, right? This guy, he may have been thinking right by doing this because it does have lots of media attention on it, guys. And it's really becoming something. A lot of noise is getting made on this. And that's out of Detroit. Leave it to these Detroit people, right, guys? All right, so we covered Ray BONECRUSHER. We covered that. I'm just looking at all the stuff I got. How many of you guys heard about Dave COULIER? Joey from Full House? I loved Full House as a kid. It was one of my favorite shows. I was, you know, like I said, I was born in like the late 80s. So Full House, TGIF. I mean, come on, guys. TGIF. I was all about Boy Meets World. I was all about Full House. And then towards the end, it was like hanging with Mr. Cooper and stuff. But somebody had told me that Dave COULIER had cancer. And this was a while ago, right? I was not aware of how serious his cancer battles were, or now that he is in remission. Have any of you guys heard about this?
I've lost 45 pounds. That's what you're seeing. And it's affected my ability to speak.
We saw your post yesterday, and
first of all, as a comedian, not being able to speak, I mean, God does everything for a reason, right? But imagine how Dave felt as being a comedian, a person who uses his voice for a living, to get diagnosed with throat cancer, right? Sad, very sad.
A lot of people were happy to get to hear from you.
My hair is kind of growing back.
How are you doing physically right now?
Physically, it's been a battle. There have been a lot of side effects, especially with the radiation.
2 cancers in under 2 years, brutal chemo for 7 weeks straight, then...
I gotta speak to, I remember my dad. Cancer is the worst, right? So many of my loved ones, some are still battling cancer. But I remember my dad and having to take him to not only radiation, chemotherapy and stuff like that. My dad had it in his brain and lungs. And I remember driving him to radiation, and he forgot who I was while driving him to radiation. And he tried getting out of the car while it was driving. And that still affects me to this day. Cancer is so bad. And to see Dave Coulier so thin and gaunt, he's a survivor though, guys. That's the happy part.
Radiation.
At times, it's like a gut punch. It can drop me to the floor.
This afternoon, I spoke exclusively with Full House alum Dave Coulier, who updated us on his battle with stage 3 non-Hodgkin lymphoma and
stage 3. Serious. But this story does have a happy ending.
Throat cancer, which left him unable to eat solid food for months.
I've lost 45 pounds, but I'm happy to say, I'm happy to tell you today, I ate solid food yesterday for the first time in many months.
What'd you eat?
I had a slice of pizza, pepperoni pizza, and it tasted so good.
I bet. Pepperoni pizza, that was Dave Coulier's first solid food. If you guys couldn't eat food for months, right? What would be the first food you would eat after you got cleared from the doctor? The doctor says, okay, no more liquids. You can eat solid food. What would be your first meal? John Cook says, my father died of cancer as well. The over chemo him and killed him and didn't compensate for the weight loss. The weight loss is the hard part. You know, chemo it's a bitch. I remember my dad was first diagnosed in 1991, and he was given a certain amount of months to live, and he put himself up for treatment, experimental treatment. By the grace of God, that experimental treatment worked, and it put him in remission till I want to say 2007-ish, and then it came back so fierce, right? And I remember my dad just saying he didn't even want to do chemo again. He was debating if he knew how painful, you know, the side effects, everything of that. And part of him just didn't even want to fight. He did fight for my mom and his kids because my mom begged him. But that chemo it's poison. And think about all the families who've shed tears. Look at Dave Coulier in that hospital bed. Thank God he has loved ones, right? And that's what I think about these people who are not close with their family. You got to make sure you have somebody in your life. You don't want to die alone, right? I think about all of these people who don't talk to their family or haven't talked to their family in years. What happens if you get sick? What happens if they get sick? No one should ever have to die alone. That's one of my biggest fears. And I'm being as real as I can be right now. My biggest fear is that I'm going to die alone. And nobody should ever have to die alone. Nobody should ever have to go through sickness alone. And that's how I feel about it. And thank God there are people who care in this world.
You've battled 2 different kinds of cancer. Are they both in remission now?
We just got our PET scans back.
Terry Silverstone says, red beans with rice and spicy sausage. Ooh, that sounds so good. That sounds so good.
And I'm happy to announce that we don't see anything. The doctors are very pleased.
He's in remission.
We just need to get past, you know, some of these pain issues. It's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
And so it's every day presents new challenges. But I have a great wife. My wife, Melissa, helps me every day.
Amen.
And, you know, that helps with the struggle.
Who has been helping you among your friends, your family?
My mama says I was 10 days with no solid food. Pizza would have tore up my stomach, but any food was good. I bet you can't. When I say, what would you eat? Everybody's like, anything would be good. So true. So true.
Former castmates.
Well, my Full House family, we're always there for each other.
Of course, that includes Candace Cameron Bure, who's about to become a grandma.
Wow.
She spoke recently about pushing.
think about that. That show's been out for over 30 years now. Full House was what, 90 something? 1990 it came out, I think. I don't want to Google it, but early 90s Full House came out. And a lot of these cast members are like lifelong friends from that. I suppose when you film a show for so many years, they truly become like your second family. And it's cool to see that they still talk to this day. That's awesome.
For a unique grandma nickname.
I want Candy Graham. Oh, Candy Graham, like a Candy Graham, but my name's Candy, and cool. I'm Grandma, and I'm Candy.
She's real religious, isn't she? DJ, Candace, whatever her name is. I think she also produced the reboot of Full House, Fuller House. Yeah, I think somebody told me that she's like real religious, and kudos to her.
Graham.
Yeah, Candy Graham. I don't know about that. It's kind of cute. Kind of cute. I don't know. I have a one-year-old grandson named Chance, and I don't know what my nickname is. You know, she's going to enjoy it so much. She's going to be such a fantastic grandmother.
You have kept yourself very busy with painting and also a wear market. Tell me about that.
I thought, let's create a marketplace where...
And then, of course, he gets his shill in. Of course, then he got to promote. You can't go on one of these talk shows, ET or something, unless you're promoting something, right? Should we start the tier list, guys? I got a couple other stories we could talk about, but maybe we'll do that later on. Let's do some tier listing. So this is my fast food tier list, guys. I worked real hard, and I tried putting every major fast food chain. And I also put some Midwest exclusive places on here. It's everything. And instead of an S tier, we're going to call S tier the best. And then we're just going to go rate them all the way down. B, C, D, and F, and never had. So this is the fun stuff. And John Cook says, yes, that Candace is very religious. I bet she's seen a lot of success. That's an area that makes a lot of money, and I hate to be that, but televangelists and religion in general is a very good business, especially if you get into like religious content. I wonder if she does stuff like that. John Cook says, just like Kirk Cameron. Oh yeah, Kirk Cameron. Yeah, he is real religious, but he makes like religious videos too, doesn't he? I'm gonna do a video. I should do a video on that. I bet you there's something in there about Kirk Cameron. I know he's had a lot of controversies. But let's start with this fast food tier list, guys. The first thing on our list, we're starting in the A's, is A&W. How does people feel about A&W? I'm gonna be honest and say I've never had A&W. I remember. No, I take that back. I think I had it once. I think there was an A&W in the mall, and I think I had cheese fries. But I don't think that counts because I've never tried their burgers or anything. So I know somebody was in the chat earlier, and they said that A&W better be the best. I personally have never had it. So for right now, I'm going to put A&W in never had. Unless if anybody in the chat changes my mind about that. If there's a lot of people here who like A&W, we can move it up. But for right now, let's put A&W in never had, for me at least. Then of course we got Arby's, and I love me some Arby's. And I wonder what your Arby's order is, but I'll keep it real. When Arby's used to do the 2 for $5 French dip subs, I was hooked. I was hooked on the French dip subs. And still to this day, that is my go-to order. I get a French dip sub, a large curly, and a root beer. So to me, you can't do much better than Arby's. The only downside is Arby's is extremely expensive. And it's become a very rare treat for me now, for that sheer fact. I remember the last time Reuben's, good call, Terry. They do have a good Reuben there too. I remember the last time I ordered Arby's for just me and my brother. It was just me and my brother. The total with DoorDash came to $102 for two people to eat. And we each got a meal, I believe. And we got two sandwiches. We got a meal with an extra sandwich. And then we got a small order of mozzarella sticks each. And that order came with delivery to $102. I shit you guys not. John Cook said they haven't had it in 30. You haven't had Arby's in 30 years, John? That's unacceptable, John. We got to get you an Arby's gift card, like pronto. Do they have Arby's in Florida? I'm sure they do. They have Arby's everywhere. I'm going to put Arby's A tier. What did you get? The whole cow? No, we each got the large roast beef sandwich. I think they're called Big Montanas, but now they used to be called the Big Montana. Now I think they just call it like the extra large roast beef. We got that, curly fries, soda. Of course, fat people get it the largest size you can get it. And then I'm not going to lie, I got an extra sandwich on top of that. I think I got a French dip sub, to be honest with you. And my brother got beef and cheddar as an extra sandwich. And both got root beers. And then we each got a mozzarella stick. And that was the order, $102 with delivery. They have a half-pound roast beef. Yeah, I love it. And I like the horsey sauce. I love horsey sauce. Do you guys like horseradish sauce? I'm a fan of it. I like it a lot. But to me, Arby's, you can't go wrong with it. It's been years, but loved Arby's. Roast beef with your cheese. Yeah, Arby's sauce. That Arby's sauce is really good, isn't it? I want to know what's in that. It's not ketchup. It's thin. It's sweet, but it's got a tanginess to it. I like the mix of Arby's sauce with horsey sauce. A little bit of both. Chef's kiss. So I'm going to put Arby's as the best for right now. Then there's something called Baja Fresh. Has any of you guys ever had Baja Fresh? I've never had it. I've never had it. What do you guys know about Baja Fresh? Is it something that is good or not? What do they even serve there? It sounds Mexican, probably like Spanish food, maybe. I'm gonna go with never had it. And then there's Blimpie. Blimpie subs. Now, never had it, Terry said. Yeah, John Cook's never had it either. Yeah, a lot of people have not had the Baja Fresh. Blimpie subs was real big in the late 70s, I believe. It was real big back then. And 80s. The only Blimpies that we had here was attached to a gas station. And I remember I used to go to high school. And then after high school, I had to take the city bus home. And on the city bus, before I would catch the city bus, I would go into the gas station and get snacks, right? To just have snacks, because look at me. And there was a Blimpies. And they had a cheap sub. I want to say it was like $3.50 for a half a sub. And I remember I got a turkey Blimpie. And I really liked the bread. They had really good bread, but I haven't had it since high school now. And like I said, I was a 2005 graduate, so class of 2005. So it's been that long since I've had Blimpies, and it really wasn't anything to write home about. It was good, but it wasn't amazing. So I'm going to put it as like a mid C tier. I think that's fair. Bojangles. I've never had Bojangles. I don't even know what they serve. I think it's fried chicken. And Boston Market. I've never had it. I've never had Boston Market, but I remember seeing the commercials all the time. There was always Boston Market commercials, and they had really good looking mashed potatoes. I vividly remember the ads and their mashed potatoes and gravy. So I'm going to put it as never had, unless if anybody's got an objection. It's going to be a never had. And of course, Burger King. You guys know how I feel about Burger King. I love Burger King. Burger King contributed to me gaining during the lawsuit. I gained seriously 60, 70 pounds on just Burger King. It was a bad problem. I was so depressed going through that lawsuit, and I was eating my feelings, just eating everything. And I remember Burger King, Whopper, to the point it became a meme. It seriously became a meme. What do we got here about Boston Market? Terry Silverstone says, have the app, use it. Boston Market is good. Boston Market was good. They first opened, they had large chickens, but they slowly moved it. So what should you guys, I'll let you guys rank Boston Market. What do you guys, if it's for me, it's a never had, but what would you guys rank Boston Market? Would it be a B, C, D, or an F? I'll let you guys rank Boston Market. But you guys know me. As far as Burger King goes, Burger King, of course, is the best in my opinion. Now, is it before Arby's or not? I still like Arby's better than Burger King. So I'm still going to keep Arby's #1. Okay. And until you guys give me an answer on Boston Market, it's going to stay in the never had. But I'll let you go. B tier, Brittany. Britta says B tier. Okay, that's fair. We'll put it in B tier. Cane's. I've never had Cane's. That's fried chicken, right? I've never had it. But I heard that's like they're in gas stations, right? My mama says Burger King is just okay, but better and cheaper than McDonald's. Good point. Yeah, McDonald's is going to be a controversial one for me. And when we get there, that's going to be real controversial. Carl's Jr. See, John Cook says Boston Market should be C tier. Huh. Well, what's the mix? We'll keep it at B tier because it's halfway. Okay. Terry Silverstone says C tier. So we're gonna move Boston Market down 1 to C tier. Okay. Carl's Jr. See, here in Milwaukee, we don't have Carl's Jr. We have Hardee's. They're based, and I got Hardee's on here. But Carl's Jr., I've never had it, but I've had Hardee's, and I think they're very similar. And I love me some Hardee's. Hardee's is really good. B tier, I'd say. Do you guys got any problems with Carl's Jr. being B tier? And that's going to be we'll actually put Hardee's there too, because I got Hardee's is on this list as well. And we'll put Hardee's right there. But Hardee's is going to come first because I love Hardee's. There's one right near my brother's house, and I love Hardee's. It almost tastes like Burger King, but not as like flame broiled and good. It's got a Burger King kind of vibe. And they also got roast beef there, which is really good. So I'm going to put Hardee's in B tier. And of course, Checkers. I've never had Checkers. And we do have them here in Milwaukee, but they're in it's in a really, really bad neighborhood. And it's got really bad reputation for its cleanliness. And people getting beat up outside of it and everything. Checkers is a good place. My mama says Checkers is a good place. Is that what you mean, my mama? Is that Checkers is a good place? I'll let you rank it. Where do you want Checkers to go? Is it the best? Is it B, C, D, or F? I think my mama should be able to tell us what Checkers is, because I've never had it. And I would really like them to be ranked, even though I've never had it. Have the app. Use it. Best bang for buck. Yeah, especially. Oh, no. What are you talking about, my mama? Terry Silverstone, have the app. Use it. Yeah. It's a solid C for Checkers. Okay. Does my mama agree with that? What do you guys think? Oh, talking about Carl's Jr. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think that if you have the app for a lot of these restaurants, I think it's a good deal. I think if you have the apps give you, especially like McDonald's and Burger King, their apps are really good. You get a really good discount. Chick-fil-A, guys, I love Chick-fil-A. That's automatically like top tier for me. Now, they have certain business practices which a lot of people are at odds with, but that's not about the food. I'm talking about the food here. And I think Chick-fil-A's chicken, you can't really get better than that. At least the chicken sandwiches go. I think their sandwiches are really top tier. So Chick-fil-A, we're going to go the best. Now, Chipotle, I've only had it once. Terry Silverstone says D for Chick-fil-A? Terry, you think Chick-fil-A is D tier? Wow. Talk about, that's a controversial take. Chipotle, it's expensive and they don't give you any meat. And I have issues with places that really don't give you much meat, especially when you pay the prices you pay. When you pay certain prices, you would expect a lot of meat, and they give you a whole crap load of rice. And that's what's crazy when you're paying these ridiculous prices. So while it's seasoned okay, I'm going D tier. Chipotle is a D tier for me. Yeah, their spicy chicken sandwich is really good at Chick-fil-A. I didn't even know they had a peach shake. Church's Chicken, guys, never had it. I'm going to put the Church's Chicken as never had. I've never had Cookout either. I don't even know what that is. Now we're getting to one of my Midwest favorites, guys. This is Cousin Subs. Terry Silverstone says ate Chipotle once. Operative word, once. And yeah, that's true as it can be. I think I've only ate there once or twice myself. And I just couldn't get over the prices. And then when I saw what you get, I'm like, I just paid $20 for a burrito full of rice. Rice and beans. You got rice. You can make 12 burritos for that price. I wasn't a fan, really. So that's D tier for me. But Cousin Subs, guys, I love it. And that's a Midwest. I don't know if you guys have had Cousin Subs. It's real big here in Wisconsin. And that is, you can't get much better. That's actually, I'll put it right after Arby's. Love it. And then, of course, we got Culver's. I love Culver's, guys. So I'm going to put Culver's. You can't beat Culver's. You seriously can't beat Culver's. The Butterburgers is amazing. John Cook says, Church's Chicken is big and juicy and delicious. Isn't it like a gas station chicken joint? There's something that I don't know about getting fried chicken from a gas station. Maybe it's good. I mean, I don't know if we have them here. I'm going to have to take a look at that, but never had it. And just like Del Taco, I've never had Del Taco either. So I'm going to put that in never had. Bringing us to Denny's. Denny's for me, C. It's average. Yeah, about as average as it gets for me. So I'm going to put Denny's there. Domino's Pizza. Robbie eats there all the time. Okay. I would love to hear his take on that. Domino's, guys, I'll go middle of the road. Nothing to write home about. They got a new slice sauce, which is actually really good. Dairy Queen, not a fan. I do not like Dairy Queen at all. Dunkin' Donuts, that's B tier. If you want a good breakfast sandwich or a good donut, you can't go wrong with Dunkin' Donuts. I love some Dunkin' Donuts. Pollo Loco. That's another one. I don't think I've ever heard of it. Pollo Loco? You guys know anything about that? I'm going to put it here unless if you guys got any objections. Firehouse Subs. My eldest, one of my family members is a manager of 2 of them. For him, I'll put it in B tier just because. I've never ate it there personally, though. But I'll put it B tier because I hear good things about Firehouse Subs. And I think they even do a charitable effort where they give to firefighters. So that's cool. Five Guys. Easy A tier. You can't go wrong with Five Guys. I'm going to definitely pop that up there. You guys aren't digging the tier list too much, huh? I'm having a good time. So I'm going to finish this out. I got a couple more news stories I want to do as well, but I want to finish the tier list. Trying new things on the channel. Some will be successful, some won't, but I'm having fun. The IHOP. I'm going to put IHOP in C tier. It's mid. Never had In-N-Out. I'll fly through this, guys, because it doesn't seem like many of you guys are into it. Jack in the Box is another place I've never ate, guys. I've never had Jack in the Box. Not a big Jack in the Box guy. I don't think we even have any here in my city. Jersey Mike's. Now, that's a B tier in my opinion. Can't go wrong with Jersey Mike's. Jimmy John's is another good, solid sub shop. And they got really good bread at Jimmy John's. Jolly Bee, guys, I'm going to be real. I've had it once and I didn't like it. I know everybody loves Jolly Bees. I controversial take, but I hate it. I'm not a fan. And I love me some KFC. Can't go wrong with it. In-N-Out is good. I would say B. Okay. In-N-Out. Because I've never had it. I'll put In-N-Out in the B tier. Church's has biggest pieces. 4 pieces instead of 5. And I love their bombers. Okay. So what would you rate it? What would you rate Church's chicken? If you give me a rating, I'll put it on there for you. Cops, guys. Do you guys have Cops anywhere? I know it's big here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And that's going right next to Culver's, in my opinion. Best frozen custard you can possibly get in the whole country. Hell, I'll say it. There is no better frozen custard in the entire world than you can get at Cops Frozen Custard here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. They have the biggest hamburgers too. I mean, we're talking about big hamburgers, and they're so well priced you wouldn't believe it. Cops it's legendary. Terry Silverstone says Church's is B tier. Okay, so we will put Church's in the B tier, and for you, we'll put it right between Dunkin' Donuts and Carl's Jr. Sheets is the shits. Is the shiz. Need that to come to my area. Yeah, okay. We'll get there. Krispy Kreme donuts. I don't know. I've had Krispy Kreme like once. I had the most basic donut you can get there. Krispy Kreme. Mid. It's mid to me. There's nothing great about it. I'll put Krispy Kreme in the C tier. Beats Popeye's chicken. Why DQ so low? What do they got? What? I mean, the Blizzard is good, but what do they got for food? I don't think I've actually ever had much of their food. I know, what do they got? Like hot dogs and stuff? I think everybody's had like their ice cream cake. At least I've had their ice cream cake, and I've had a Blizzard. But when I think of DQ, I just think of ice cream. I don't think of like food. So that, I mean, if you think it's, I know somebody else said it should be way better as well. Little Caesars, guys, another controversial take, but I love Little Caesars. I'm going to put the Little Caesars in the B tier. I like Little Caesars. Dude, fries and burgers are very good. Okay. I didn't know they had burgers there. I thought it was like a hot dog place, DQ. I'm going to have to put that on my list. Chicken tenders, burgers, stuff like that. Okay. DQ chili dog. Man, I think there's a video in that. I think I could go to DQ and actually try it. I mean, if I keep it in moderation, I could try something there, and maybe there's a video in that. Something to think about. I like doing new stuff for videos. That could be interesting. Long John Silver's. I like their hush puppies. What do you guys think? C? Right middle of the road? It's hella low, just better. Okay. Just better than DQ. I've never had A&W. I know a lot of people they like it. I think I had their cheese fries once. But because a lot of you guys like A&W, I'll bump it up. I'll bump it up to B tier. I think that's fair. Because I'm not going to lie, their cheese fries were, now that I think back on it, the cheese fries were pretty good. Take your paycheck with you, Terry Silverstone says. Oh, I should have never said that about Arby's with me and my brother. Seriously, that's what it was. I couldn't believe it. $102. McDonald's, guys. It's average. Nothing to write home about. I'm going to put it C tier. That's just how I feel about it. Moe's Southwestern Grill. I've never had it. Noodles and Company. I've had it like once. That's a D tier for me. I'm not really into the noodles. Yeah. After that, for sure. After Chipotle, for sure. Now, Panda Express. Now we're talking my language. Eat Captain D's every week. Okay. Panda Express, guys, B tier. And I'll put it before Firehouse Subs. And I'm going to put Panera Bread there as well. Because I like Panera Bread. I think Panera Bread is a decent establishment. I like me some Panera Bread. They have a really good soup that they put in a bread bowl. And I really like their bread bowl. I think it's good. A lot of these grades depend on the franchise. A lot we have here are worse than the others. True. That's very true. When you're dealing with franchise establishments, the quality and stuff does vary. Although it's not supposed to, it really does vary a lot from owner to owner, facility to facility. And I guess that is the beauty of franchises. Papa John's, guys? Panera Bread an A? Yeah, let's definitely. We can do Panera Bread up one. I like it. It's good. Like I said, they got the best bread bowl. Soup bread bowls, so good. And their sandwiches it's expensive. But I think no matter where you're eating, if you want quality, you're going to pay for it. If you want something that is absolutely delicious, expect to bust out your wallet, right? It's very rare now that we find value and quality at the same time. I'm not going to lie. Walmart does a lot of good stuff with their Great Value brand. That's one instance where you can find quality with value, is when you buy the Great Value products. I think that's a good example of one that you do get quality with value. Papa John's, to me, it's average. They were the originators of that garlic butter dip sauce. And I like that. That's not bad. Papa Murphy's. Do you guys have Papa Murphy's in your location, or is that a Midwest thing? Take and bake pizza. You go there, you can get a pizza, and they make it in front of you, the dough and everything. Have that app, use it. Papa Murphy's is really good, and it's fresh. You're getting a fresh pizza, and you take it home, you throw it in your oven, and it's the best of both worlds. It's not delivery, it's Papa Murphy's. And I'm going to give it a B tier. Papa Murphy's is really good. PDQ, is that another chicken joint? I've never had it. But it sounds like, it looks like it's fried chicken. Just like I've never had this Penn Station subs or Penn Station East Coast subs. Never had it. Pizza Hut, guys, D. Unless we're gonna talk about the salad bar, they're really good if they're bringing back the salad bar. But for right now, I'm putting Pizza Hut in the D tier. I'm not a fan of stuffed crust. Don't get me wrong, very inventive, good. That's about as good as Pizza Hut ever did, in my opinion, was the stuffed crust. But I'm going to put Pizza Hut in the D tier. Popeyes, guys. Popeyes is good. Really good. I'm going to put Popeyes in the A tier. That's the best. You can't do much better than Popeyes. Really good food. Their spicy chicken is really, really good. Portillo's. Do you guys have Portillo's in your area? Or is it just like a Wisconsin, Illinois thing? The Italian beef. Love Italian beef from Portillo's. Sometimes it'll be dry though. So it depends on if you go early in the day when it's still nice and juicy. That's when Portillo's is at its best. I'm going to put it in the B tier. If you guys ever get a chance and you're in Milwaukee or Illinois or Midwest area in general, and you see a Portillo's, go out of your way and stop. It's really, really good. Potbellies, I've never heard of it. That's never had for me. Qdoba. F tier. Not a fan. Same with Quiznos. Never liked Quiznos. Rocky Rococo's? Do you guys got Rocky Rococo's in your area? Or is that another Midwest thing? I love Rocky Rococo's. Actually, I take that back. I don't love them. I like their breadsticks. Their breadsticks come in a cup, and they just stash them in a cup. I'll say it's C tier. Roy Rogers. Oh, we're coming to an end here, guys. Roy Rogers, never had it. See, I thought Sbarro's wasn't around anymore. Sbarro, I actually worked at Sbarro's for a minute. Ate Quiznos once. Yeah, I bet you weren't impressed. They were the originators of heating up subs, though. I believe they were the first sub shop that actually put your sub under the broiler. So I think that's their claim to fame is their broiled subs or whatever. Sbarro's is good. It's not real good though. So I'm gonna say it's a C tier. And once you see how they make it, I remember I got stuck being like the doughboy. Get it? They put the fat guy. The doughboy is the doughboy. And what a shit job. I hated working at Sbarro's. Was not a fan of it at all. Once says it all, says Terry. It's so true. Schlotsky's Deli, never had it. Not a fan. Never went out of my way to have it. Shake Shack, overhyped. Shake Shack is completely overhyped in my opinion. Now, somebody said Sheetz was good. Who said that Sheetz was good? For them, they said it's in their area and they eat there every week. So just for them, I'm going to put Sheetz in the B tier. Just for them. Skyline Chili. I've heard horrible reviews about Skyline Chili. I've never personally ate there, but I've heard horrible reviews. I heard it's not good. I heard it takes like an Ohio palate, if that makes sense. You got to have an Ohio palate to like Skyline Chili. That says a lot, doesn't it? Sonic, guys, the drive-thru, I've ate there a couple times, but it's not memorable. I don't remember it. I remember the being able to mix drinks. Like that's all I remember about Sonic is they have so many drinks that you can mix and match. You can have your drink your way, and they had really good ice cubes. And that's sad when you think about a fast food joint and all you can think about that place is their ice. Like I remember their ice and their drinks. I could not tell you about their food. D tier. I'm gonna put Sonic in D tier. Starbucks, guys, they have a Thanksgiving sandwich that they put out every year during like Thanksgiving and Christmas time. It's turkey, cranberry stuffing, and something else is on it. And it's on ciabatta bread. And it's the best sandwich you can get. I encourage you guys during the holidays, try the Starbucks Thanksgiving or Christmas sandwich. That's solid B tier. I'm not a big fan of Starbucks coffee though. It's so strong and it's over caffeinated to the point where when I go to Starbucks for coffee, I get a decaf blonde roast. But their sandwiches, they make a good sandwich. And a lot of people really like their egg bites. A lot of people order their egg bites and bagels. Too proud of their product. True. Steak and Shake. I've never had it. I never had Steak and Shake, but I heard it's very expensive. Subway, it's mid. Subway, there's nothing. When you have a cousin sub up against a Subway sub, there's no competition. If you put Subway up against any sub shop that actually cares about what they do, there's no competition. Subway is mid all the way around. There's nothing to write home about when you're eating Subway. When their best thing Subway ever had was their $5 footlongs. And when they got rid of the $5 footlongs, never again. You know what I'm saying? That's all they had going for them was the fact that you could get a footlong sub for $5. You really like Subway, Terry? I mean, is it because you eat it out of convenience or do you genuinely enjoy Subway? What is this? Swenson's? Never had it. I don't even know what that is. Never heard of Swenson's. Taco Bell, guys. Controversial Taco Bell. It's got a reputation. And here's one thing I'll say about Taco Bell is everything at Taco Bell tastes the same. They have a finite amount of ingredients. It's just like, how many ways can we mix and match it? So when I think about Taco Bell, I'm like, no matter what you get, it's going to taste the same, at least to my taste buds. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy it. I do enjoy it. When it comes to Taco Bell, I get the gordita. I love the gordita. I love that bread. It's really good. And sometimes when they used to do the gordita bread and then they would put the nacho cheese and then the hard shell taco, well, I forget what that was, double decker or something. Those were really good. So I'm gonna be controversial and I'm gonna put Taco Bell up top, guys. Don't hate me for that. Please don't hate me for that. But I love it. I love some Taco Bell. Even though it all tastes the same, that taste slaps. It really does. What is this? Taco whatever? Taco Cabana? Never had it. Wonder where that's from. It sounds like it looks like an LA franchise. Their craving box stretches my dollar. Yes, that's one thing that Taco Bell does do very well, Terry, is their tacos do their boxes. They'll do like a $5 box. All that stuff does very well. My mama says, I like the sub of the day, but I don't drive anymore. And they left the mail work, so I don't go there. Yeah. Yeah. Tim Hortons, that's a Canadian place, right? Tim Hortons? That's donuts and coffee. The crunch wrap is good. Yeah, yeah. You can make a better crunch wrap, says Betty. Crunch wraps are pretty good. That's where they take, I'm trying to think what the crunch wrap is. That's the soft shell, and then they put the hard shell on top and fold it. I think that's what it is. And it's like just like a soft shell taco, but it's pressed, I think. I think I've had that before. Yeah. Crunchwrap's probably, yeah. I'm going to have to try one of those again just to refresh my memory on them. Tim Hortons has never had it, but I hear it's amazing. If Stacy was here in chat, I guarantee you Stacy would love Tim Hortons. It's a Canadian thing. I've never had it, but I definitely want to try. I definitely want to try Tim Hortons. And I hear they got really good coffee at Tim Hortons. So that's on my bucket list, as they say, to try Tim Hortons. Next, we have Toppers Pizza. This is my guilty, what do they call it? Your guilty something or other. I cave to Toppers Pizza. Nothing is better pizza than Toppers Pizza. They have the best pizza. I don't care if you put it up against a New York slice of pizza. I will be controversial and say I will take a Toppers slice over any New York slice any day of the week. Toppers is goated. It is the best. You can do no better than Toppers Pizza. They have the best nacho cheese sauce. They have a Chipotle ranch sauce, which is dynamite. Guilty pleasure. Thank you. Thank you, my mama. It's my guilty pleasure. I cave to it every single time. If I'm driving past it and if I have the extra money, chances are I'm coming home with Toppers Pizza. I love it. And that's the takeaway of the stream is I would rather have Toppers Pizza over Culver's or anything. I love Toppers Pizza. So good. Torchy's Tacos. Have you guys ever heard of Torchy's Tacos? I never heard of it. I'm popping it on the never had. Waffle House. Never had that either. And everybody swears that it's good. Never had it. I've never had Wawa's either. We don't have them here in Wisconsin. Or at least not near Milwaukee. We have no Wawa's. Wendy's, guys. It's another Arby's in my situation. Wendy's is it's good. It's expensive, but it's good. You can never do wrong with a good old Wendy's chili. I love now Skyline chili. I hear is horrible, but I've yet to meet somebody that says Wendy's has horrible chili. Everybody loves Wendy's chili. I've never had Whataburger. I've never had White Castle. I hear it's good. I heard that's one of those places where the franchises really matter. Some franchises are extremely dirty with White Castle, and others are impeccably clean. So it's a mixed bag with White Castle, but in general, people like White Castle. I've had their microwave hamburgers, and those are pretty good. What is this? Wiener Schnitzel? Never had it. Just like I've never had wings. And I've never had this one. This is a reacher. What is that? Wingstop. I've never had a Wingstop. And I've never had Zaxby's. And that is my tier list, guys. That took a long time to get that tier list done. I apologize, guys, but that is the tier list. And I'm gonna save it so I have it for memory. And I got a couple other things. I'm just streaming, guys. I'm just hanging out. I'm in no rush to get off of here. I'm just vibing. So I had a couple other things I wanted to talk about. Is you guys saw me earlier in today's stream talk about family and cancer and my memories of my father. And I watch a lot of YouTubers. And one of the YouTubers I watch is well, there's several. They're the family, the Crockers. I keep up with the Crockers. That's Jason Crocker and Jared Crocker. They're twin brothers. And their mom is a YouTuber, and their father was a YouTuber. And recently, Jared and Jason's father passed away from cancer. And Jared recently made a video. And this hit me in the feels, guys. It really hit me in the feels, and I want to know if you guys can relate with this. And as a content creator, to me, people create content for the reaction that Jared got from this individual. Check this out, guys.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another episode. I am going to try to hold it together on this video. It's been a rough morning. A lot of emotions. I went to town this morning and...
I love the CROCKER'S, my mama. I've been a huge fan of them for years. Really love them.
Got my groceries, went to H-E-B, did my order, picked it up. Went to Lowe's, got more paint. I'm trying to finish a project that I started. I have Lowe's delivering more stuff today. It'd be here between 11 and 3 o'clock. I'm hoping closer to 11 because...
This man, side note, this man built his entire house with just him and his dad. His dad did most of it with him, but then his dad got sick during it. And he's in the final stages of it. And his house is beautiful. This whole property he's on right now, it was literally wilderness. It was a section of the parents' land that they coordinated off, and they gave him a chunk of land, and he cleared it, put a pond on it, and built a whole house on it by himself. And this man has one leg. I don't want anybody to ever say that Jared Crocker is not a hard worker. This man works so hard.
Tomorrow's supposed to rain a lot, and I got a lot of stuff to get done today. So, anyways, why it was emotional. I go everywhere early. I've always been an early bird.
I'm the same way.
That mom and dad they were always early everywhere we went. Every time we went somewhere, you were always having to wait around, but you got whatever seat you wanted. We were never late. So, went early, had to go to Lowe's,
the same way.
Paint, stopped by Walmart to get gas, and I was pumping gas, and a person walked up to me and said that they watched the videos, and I thanked him. I kind of made a joke saying I don't know why, but
I've never had anybody come up to me in public and say, hey, I watch your videos. The day that does happen, though, guys, I will be sure to let you know. I've never had that happen. I can only imagine how I would respond to that. I bet you I wouldn't. I'd be awkward as hell. But hearing this story, if I heard something like this, it would really make my day.
Appreciate it, like joking around, and he said he really enjoyed them, and he liked how I talked about Dad all the time in videos, and that just hit me. It hit me hard. I told him, I said that it was tough, everything we went through, and that I'll continue talking about Dad on videos, and it meant a lot to me.
I bet.
Not that he just watched the videos, but for him to say that, I'm terrible with names. I thought he said his name was Doug Jimenez, and if it is Doug Jimenez, I think we may have went to school together. You kind of look familiar. I don't know if you watch this channel or not, but if you do, I appreciate you a lot. That meant a lot to me. I'm all teary-eyed inside the Walmart parking lot, finishing getting my gas after I finished talking to the gentleman, and
it's about as real as you can get. I often speak about authenticity. And when I watch Jared Crocker, what you see is what you get. And to see somebody talk about their content and to have somebody come up to them and say, the way you talk about your father, it really means something to me. I hope someday somebody comes up to me and says, when you talked about this, or you do this, or you did that, it really got me through a hard time, or something like that. And to know that Jared had something like this said to him, and it really hit him in the feels and got him emotional, that just speaks to authenticity, and it speaks to realness. And I connect to that. And I think that's why the CROCKER'S are so successful. And they're about of course, they present a certain look to the camera. We all do that. But I think it's very similar to who they are in real life. What you see is what you get.
I was driving over to HEB, just driving across town, and I just had tears going down my face. It was just a lot of emotions. I'm gonna try to hold it together for this video, but
I've cried
really
before.
Meant a lot. And I told her, I said, I'm gonna continue talking about Dad, and I have a cross hanging inside my truck on my rear view mirror, and I went to Walmart one time, and there's the, I don't know, Christian groups or whatever, church groups that are selling their crosses and little bracelets and stuff for money and to go on trips and stuff.
I always buy from them as well. If I have the extra money and I see, you know, charitable efforts like that, religious causes, and when they often do that, they sell the bracelets and whatnot. I often give to them if I can and I'm willing to.
And when Dad was at his worst point, one of the worst points, I was at Walmart one time and I just decided to stop by and I got a cross. Just something that I can always look at when I'm driving. And then another
That's
time
beautiful.
I went, they had a bracelet that says faith on it. And I told the lady there, this was probably 8 months ago, probably 10 months ago, something like that. I told her that
John just said, I'll always be thankful to you. If it wasn't for you, our story would never have gotten out. That means a lot to me, John. Thank you for saying that.
I need some faith right now. Said going through a bad situation with my dad. And I don't know, it was just good to see that in the vehicle every day. It's just a reminder. Everything's a reminder, really, but that stuff just, it kind of makes me smile when I see it because I know Dad's in a better place.
I know not everybody is religious, and I'm not going to lie. I've always considered myself a spiritual person, but it wasn't until recently that I've really been diving into my faith and the fellowship and the love you get, the support. If you're not a religious person, there's a lot of support you're missing out on. And I don't want to preach or nothing, but faith gets you through so much. So much.
I'll be working around the yard a lot and I'll see something and it just reminds me of him. And I'm like, man, I wish he could see this. I really wish Dad could see this, but at the end of the day, I always tell myself, I kind of laugh. I get teary-eyed, but then I'm also laughing at the same time.
I do the same thing. I do the same thing. You'll often see me say, if my mom could see me today, I wonder if she'd be proud. Or I'll see something and I'll call my brother and I'll say, remember this? And we'll go over memories. And then somehow, like, if Mom could have seen, because my mom used to watch certain shows and stuff, and where they took that show that she used to watch, it went down the drain. And I always think to myself, like, what would Mom think about that story? You know, her show. I wonder what she would think about what they did with her favorite characters. And it's I don't know if it's a sad thing. It's just a part of life, I think, at this point for me now, where we're all losing people and we have to deal with it. And just seeing Jared be so real like he is in this video, guys, I would encourage you guys to check out Jared Crocker. Really awesome dude, awesome person. And I'm a big fan of the Crackers guys. What else do I got for you guys? Have you guys seen, what do I got here? I got a little bit of time left. Have you guys seen that there's a Brady house? See, I grew up with the Brady bunch, but I didn't. Hold on, let me see if I can find it here. There's a Brady bunch house that from the outside they would take B-roll shots before every episode. But there's an actual Brady house. I didn't know that. That's decorated just like, I mean, it is the house that they took the B-roll from. But I guess now there's an actual Brady house that you can go and tour. Have you guys seen this? What does Terry says? You are where I started. Then Ray, yeah, the rest is history. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about with John. Yeah, you are where I started. Then Ray, and the rest is history. Not a lot of people realize that. And I'm not trying to toot my horn or anything, but people act like I don't know this whole saga, as they call it. But I was like the first creator covering all this stuff. All this drama. There's probably not anybody who knows this stuff better than me, than Marla, Michelle, John, and there's a few others that don't want their name out there. Not a lot of people were paying attention. Like I said, Michelle had like a Facebook group back in the day, and it was a private Facebook group that had hardly anybody was in it. Like I said, this whole ordeal would have never been blown up had a content creator not made content about it. It would have just stuck to a small little Facebook group. Right? I mean, right? And it sucks that so many people are going to remember me now as that guy. And that's kind of what I'm working on, is I don't want to be remembered. I don't want my name to be associated with that creator. I don't want to be involved in, I just want to be known as Supa Dave, not this guy that got sued and all this stuff. That's not what I'm after. I don't want that kind of clout, so to speak. I'd rather be known as the guy who's talking about the Brady Bunch house. The show was filmed on a sound stage. So I didn't understand when I watched this. I think this is the Associated Press who put this out. Yeah, it's the Associated Press. When I saw that they put this out, I was like, there's tours for the Brady house? But the Brady Bunch was filmed on a sound stage. So you're not really touring the Brady house.
You are at the Brady house, as you can tell with this lovely background behind me. But we were at the Brady Experience, and so basically for the next, starting May 11th, for the next 6 weeks or so, we're doing very limited private self-guided tours through here. So people have always
self-guided
Brady home for a very long time.
So you get paid to walk through a house and take pictures? I think that's what this is about. It's a self-guided tour of a house that looks like the Brady's, and you get to take pictures, right? I think that's what this whole thing is about. It'd be cool if you could actually tour the sets that the Brady Bunch was shot on.
Even as an LA resident, I drive by all the time and just look at the facade and snap a quick photo outside. But now you can come inside where the home looks identical too. And so the show was not shot here, but HGTV and the homeowner Tina collectively did some incredible work to build it out, and then went a step further with the Easter egg moments you can see all over.
So basically, HGTV did a TV show where they made a house look like the Brady house. Now, it was the front of the house is what they used for B-roll shots. I guess that's the Brady house. This whole thing had me confused, but it just shows that people really will pay money for anything.
Over the place and to make it really an incredible experience. So it's really just, you get to live like a Brady for about an hour in here. There's all fun photo ops that you can imagine, and it's really authentic and super fun.
Would any of you guys pay to take a tour of the Brady house? Would you guys? I mean, I'm sure it would be cool to have some Instagram pictures, but would you guys dig this or no? It does look just like the TV show. It is pretty accurate. Bunch of tchotchkes.
Oh, gosh. If I only had the answer to this question. I'm asked this.
I just don't know why people would pay. I guess that's my thing, to self-guided tour through a house that looks like. I guess for a super big Brady Bunch fan, I guess I would much rather, it depends on your fandom. I'm a big fan of puppetry, so I would much rather take this tour.
From Sesame Street to Fraggle Rock, Jim Henson's famous puppets have shaped generations of entertainment. And now the workshop he founded is open to the public for the very first time.
That's so cool.
Logan takes us inside to meet.
This is much cooler than touring the Brady Bunch to me. I would much rather tour the Jim Henson workshop, see where all the puppets get made. That sounds like a real tour where you're actually seeing the puppets being made, and that sounds like something worthwhile in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm a huge Jim Henson fan and he's like one of my icons, one of my role models, one of somebody I wish I've tried doing puppetry and I'm just not good at it. It takes so much practice to actually master puppetry, but I look at it as a fan, as art form, and I love puppetry. So I would love to take this tour.
The artist bringing puppet magic to life.
What's your typical day like here at the shop? Oh my goodness, it's different every day. Sometimes it's TV commercials, sometimes it's live theater.
Designers and builders are hard at work at Jim Henson's Creature Shop, where characters old and new are crafted by hand.
It's the work that people don't see. Everything that leads up to the stage, everything that leads up to the camera, to the film set.
On new weekly tours,
so cool.
Visitors can explore the legacy left by
Look
the
at
visionary
that.
puppeteer behind the Muppets and Fraggle Rock.
Now, this is from the original Fraggle Rock TV show, but we made a new version of the show for the stage. And
So
that's
awesome.
Fraggle Rock Live.
Before taking the stage, Red Fraggle needs a new mouth.
It is the only place where the performer has any vision. So when they
And if you
talk,
take a
they
tour, you
also
can
see.
watch
So
them
how
do
does
that.
feel, Trinity? You
How
wanna give us a
awesome would that be?
Little hey?
Hey!
There are hand puppets, rod puppets, and puppets with lots of hair.
She's quite the challenge because, as you can see, she's got this enormous high ponytail.
Stepping into Henson's world, you'll find a purple whale under construction, a drawer full of eyes, and a giant pancake on a skillet.
Puppets don't eat actual food, so we have all different versions of fake foods.
Director Melissa Creighton says the tours are
So
an
cool.
invitation behind the scenes to witness the imagination and collaboration that make this art form timeless. In Queens, Elle McLogan, CB.
I bet you would learn so much from doing one of those tours. Now, see, if you saw the smile on my face during that, I suppose a Brady Bunch fan might get a smile like that from touring a Brady house, but it's not the same thing as actually learning and seeing puppets from your child, actually seeing the real things, right, that you would see at the Jim Henson's workshop. I guess it all just matters to your fandom. How big of a fan are you in something? And the last thing I wanted to show you guys was I'm a big fan of the Anne Rice Vampire Chronicles. I loved them. I've read three or four of the books, and I just seen that AMC is doing a remake of the Vampire Lestat. It's a series, and they just released an extended look at this series. And I'm really looking forward to this, guys. And I wanted to share this extended look of the Lestat series. And it seems like they are going a little in their own direction, but they are following the books pretty closely. Take a look at this, guys. It's pretty awesome.
Quiet on set. So, could you state your name for the camera, please?
I'm the front man, Lestat.
The vampire Lestat.
I'm immortal.
Yeah.
More or less. The light of the sun, the sustained heat of an intense fire.
Such awesome casting. I think they hit Lestat right on the head. When I was reading the books, I was imagining a character that looked very similar to this. And I think they did such a phenomenal job with casting so far. This isn't like those other reboots they did of the Anne Rice series. They did such a good job.
Jefferson's starship, Grot-wielding coven members.
It is pretty good, Joe.
But then again, they might
I'm
not.
really looking forward to this.
You've been alive and undead for 265 years. You witnessed the French Revolution firsthand, the electric light, penicillin, 2 world wars, the atomic bomb, the moon landing, the Berlin
Joy
Wall.
Chestnut.
What?
He eats hot dogs.
That's Anthony Bourdain, right? The person who's playing the interviewer? I think that's Anthony Bourdain. That's really good casting, if so. And all the stuff they were talking about, how long of a life he lived, that's all in the book. It's so cool. I wonder if they're going to do the wolf scene. where he was sent to take out the wolves that were attacking his village.
Works for a living. He's extraordinary. I hope to meet him one day. Was there a question?
Do you kill people?
I sleep, I
His
paint,
band?
I sing, I contribute to local economies. Why have you chosen to waste it singing music no one wants to hear in pants no one should ever squeeze into?
You're confused about the pursuit. It is about pure expression.
Failure!
These songs gonna kill.
So the series seems to be mixing the vampire Lestat with Queen of the Damned, which is awesome. They're going to really dive into the character of Lestat, which is such an interesting, complex character. And through this, they're even showing him diving into the whole mother relationship he's got with his mother, because he did turn his mother into a vampire. They're diving into all that, which is very awkward that they're even going there.
Kill you know that, don't you?
I can't die.
Everything dies. You die, I die, she dies.
Oh, it's not Anthony Bourdain. Okay. Look, it kind of looked like him. But I'm not sure. Isn't Anthony Bourdain? He passed. I'm not sure. But whatever they did, awesome job with the casting.
Oh, he dies bad.
Let's talk about your mother.
The vampire Gabriella.
My maker called for his mama, and I came, and came, and came.
What? Your
Yep, they went there.
Hit in the same vagina you spent the first 9 months of your mortal life in? Anatomically, there's the womb. Stop and there's failure!
Yeah, Anne Rice did some very crazy writing. I don't know how many of you guys are into the Vampire Chronicles. The writing is phenomenal.
Taylor and Travis, congratulations. Have you set the date yet?
Could be nice.
Failure! Is it true you were a stutterer as a child?
No, he doesn't know. Nobody gives a fuck about what I was before. No one cares.
No one seems to give a shit about you now, flatlining 1,000 capacity venues.
Failure! I think in the end, I was pretty fucking great!
Wow.
You to love me enough to give it to me! Failure!
They say that vampires in Anne Rice's world, vampires can only cry once, maybe twice in their whole lifetime. So that to show Lestat crying, that had to have been a profoundly emotional moment for him.
Why now? What are we doing here?
We're doing a rewrite.
So this
That's what I thought, John. Thanks for clearing that up for me. I thought that, yeah.
whole tour is just some ironic reaction to my book. Is my doc your eulogy?
The songs are my story. Your documentary, the liner notes.
Failure!
Missing the psychodrama of Dubai.
I'm looking for killer. Greenwald! An unworthy thief! Failure. Selfish. Such an asshole.
They really went all out with the budget on this show. AMC has been making awesome shows lately. Ever since The Walking Dead, I think like AMC has been producing quality programming, and the drama, it seems so intense. This comes out June 8th, by the way, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Cowardly. Failure. Shitty little bitch.
Wow.
Cabbage. Stupid fucking idiot.
June 7th, excuse me. It says June 7th. I thought it was June 8th. June 7th, excuse me. Really looking forward to it. Like I said, there was another interview with the vampire remake they did that I wasn't really a fan of. They did like the race swapping and all that stuff, which there's nothing wrong with that. But when you're dealing with source material, I feel like they're doing that with Harry Potter too. The remake on HBO, they did some race swapping with Severus Snape. And normally that's okay, but when you're dealing with books that have very clear who the character is, I think it's a little disrespectful to the actual piece of work to change things and stuff like that. But it's got to be done. I understand that. You got to keep up with the times. It doesn't mean that people aren't upset about certain aspects. And I didn't like that remake of the Interview with the Vampire. Now, my brother, he was a huge fan of it, and he thought they did a really good job with it, but he didn't read the books. So he was just going off of it as a piece of TV show to watch. But I think they're going to do a really good job with this, and I'm looking forward to it. So, guys, this is my first stream back in a while. I know it's rusty. Like I said, I lost a lot of my audience when I stopped streaming, and so it's an uphill battle from here, guys. I got to start climbing that ladder again, and hopefully start getting my numbers back up and doing what I can. But I'm really pumping out the shorts. I'm doing the videos. I'm going to start streaming more often, and there are going to be more streams where we're going to be watching content like this, and we're going to have some fun. Trying to stay away from the drama as much as I can, because, like I said, I don't want to be known as one of those creators that's lumped into that Halesverse. If that's all I got for me, being known as that guy, then what's the point of being a content creator? I think I got more to say in this world than just shit talking one person and his lackeys, you know. Guys, I love you. Thanks for sticking with me through this stream. We'll do some more soon, and I hope you guys enjoy it. See you guys later.